Rise and shine. To all those in the group, I want to make a video of the Baphomet. And the reason why I want to make the video of the Baphomet is simply because for most were religious before, they used to think that it is associated with Satanism, and to those who are in the occult understanding, or in any occult group, or in any occult fraternity or sorority or whatever, what have you, they all have their own understanding of what it means. But today I'm just trying to make sure that everybody has a clear understanding of what it is. So the Baphomet, right? Given the Baphomet, right, we have an understanding that it has the four elements upon it, right? It has fire, right? Wings mean air. Scales in the belly means water. Hooves in the earth mean earth, right? Now, if you look at Solomon's temple, right? Solomon's temple. Sol is Latin for sun, right? Sun, O, earth, Mun. Mun is short for moon. Sun and moon above the earth, right? As you have the sun, the moon above the earth, right? Now, it tells you, right, in Genesis, right? In fact, before I do that, let me do this. The zodiac that's associated with the earth is Virgo, right? So it tells you that in the beginning God created what? The heavens. Now when God created the heavens, God created Capricorn, right? The sea goat, the goat, right? The sea goat. God created Capricorn, the sea goat. So I'm going to put it up here, right? And as you know, Capricorn rules Saturn, right? And Saturn is fire. So you have fire and you have earth. The four elements are fire, air. Air is Uranus, right? Water is Neptune. Right? Then there's the doorway into earth, right? And I'll show you this on a picture of a woman, right? Fire of the soul, air of the lungs, Uranus, water of the bowels, Neptune, doorway into earth, right? Light, the circle, must fall through the crescent moon, water, into earth, the four corners of the earth, plus, right? So it's fire of the soul, air of the lungs, water of the bowels, doorway into earth. Birth, B-I-R-T-H, is B-earth, B-E, earth, right? And feet touch upon earth. So you're applying the same understanding to, right, the Temple of Solomon. So you have the fire of the soul, right, air of the lungs, water of the bowels, doorway into earth. Now the doorway into earth, if you notice, it's got the sun, it's got the moon, and the earth. The union between these three, right, will give you this symbol. So if already you know that this is what? Virgo, right? You're going from Virgo all the way up to Capricorn, right? Virgo, this then is Libra, This right here then is Scorpio. And this right here is Sagittarius. Right? Then you go back up to Capricorn. Now, remember the days of the week. Right? The days of the week are Sunday, Monday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then it goes back down to Sunday, right? Now, already on the pillar of Jachin and the pillar of Boaz, right? You already have the sun and the moon. Now, Sunday was named after the sun, as in day of the sun, right? And Monday was named after the moon, day of the moon, moon day. So Sunday is here, right? Monday is here. Tuesday, right, will go back up here, right? Then Wednesday will go opposite, because remember, you're trying to keep balance. So we live in a paradigm where opposites equals balance, and the Baphomet is just a representation of, the divine opposites of fire, air, water, and earth coming together, right, to create balance, right? This is why we are mortal, because these four elements are all combined. Now, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then over here you're going to have Wednesday. And I'm using the planets because each day of the week is actually assigned a planet. Right? Wednesday, then Thursday, up here. Then Friday, Venus. Then Saturday, Saturn. Right? Now, the order in which we were coming, we were going this way, right? We're going Sunday to Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, right? So now we're going backwards, right? Because now we have Capricorn up here. So now we're going backwards. For us to find the zodiacs, right, we have to go back this way, right? So if this is Capricorn, the next house within the zodiac is Aquarius, right? Then we go back here. The next house is what? Pisces. Then over here is Aries. Then over here is Taurus. Right? Then over here it's Gemini and Cancer. They're one and the same. Then over here the sun is Leo. In alchemy, the lion is the alchemical representation of the sun, right? The lion is the alchemical representation of the sun. So if you look, you have Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, back up to Capricorn, right? Now you have all the houses of the zodiac actually assigned to each orb of influence. And when I say orb of influence, I'm basically meaning the sun, the moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, right? Neptune, Pluto, and Earth. The 9 planets within the solar system plus the sun and the moon, right? Now, the sun, as you know, right? The sun is fire within the sky, right? So it's fire and air. The moon, however, is ice. It's opposite, water and earth, right? This pillar is XY, which is male, and this pillar is XX, which is female, right? Now, when you look at the Baphomet, right? When you look at the Baphomet, The same laws that apply to the 4 elements here are the same laws that apply to the 4 elements shown over here. To which the fire, right, represents Saturn. Remember when God, right, Capricorn, the sea goat, like if you go and look up the symbol for Capricorn, right, it's a sea goat, it's half goat and half fish, right? The fish part of it, let me see if I can find it for you, for those who are not familiar with some of these for those who are not familiar, right, that's Capricorn, the sea goat, right? Half goat, half fish. Now above it is Saturn, because remember in the beginning God created Capricorn, the heavens and the earth, right? Virgo, right? And the earth was formless, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. The Spirit of God, air, was hovering over the waters, Neptune, right? So air, water, earth, right? Fire, air, water, earth, the 4 elements, remember. So when you're looking at Genesis, right, when you're looking at Genesis actually tells you, let me see, right, in the beginning God created the heavens, which is Capricorn, the sea goat, right here, right, and the earth being Virgo down here. So Capricorn was created first, then earth at the bottom, right? Because that's why you always say heavens above, hell below, or heavens above, earth below, right? When we're looking for heaven, we're looking to the sky. When we're looking for earth, we're looking to the earth, right? We're looking down to the earth. So with that said, right, in the beginning God created the heavens up here and the earth down here, right? Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, right? And the Spirit of God, spirit is air, right? The Spirit of God, spear it looks like a spear, right? Spirit, spirit, spear it, spirit, right? And the Spirit of God was hovering over the water. This is Neptune, right? Because remember the 4 elements are fire within Capricorn, air within Sagittarius, water within Scorpio, doorway into earth, right? Now, so the Spirit of God was hovering over the water, which is Neptune. Neptune is the water. So I'm going to go ahead and put Neptune here. And the reason why Neptune, the planet, is assigned this symbol is Poseidon's trident. Right? Poseidon's trident. And Poseidon was god of the seas. Right? Seas is water. Right? Poseidon and Neptune are the same. One is actually within the Roman mythology and the other one is in the Greek mythology. The Romans and the Greeks are the same. So you have to understand that the Romans and the Greeks were the same people, right? Even though they call them Romans, they call them Greeks, they're all still the same people. So the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters, right? And then God said, let there be light, which is Saturn. Now what you have to understand is this, right? What you have to understand is this. Uranus was the sky god, father of who? Father of Saturn. Saturn, right, is the sun, right? The sun god within the golden age. And who is Saturn's son? Jupiter. Jupiter is the one who cast Saturn from heaven. So pretty much what happened was, he was the first god, right? Then he was overthrown by Saturn, his son. Then he became god. Then he was overthrown by his son Jupiter, right? Cast into Tartarus. Jupiter is actually Zeus. They're the one and the same, right? Then he became god. Then Jupiter had a son, right? Mars. So this is father, son, father, son, father, son, right? And this actually makes the chalice, right, within Jesus' Last Supper. Now, that I'll explain a little later, but first, let me go back to this so I can actually explain it more. So, Saturn, right, within Capricorn, the sea goat, right? Sea goat, right? Sea water is salty, right? And salt is a very good conductor of electricity, right? Electricity, the root word of electricity is El, who is the god of light. From El came Elohim, right? Elohim. Now, Elohim also is Saturn or Satan, right? They're one and the same. Now, Capricorn, 5-point star, right? What does the 5-point star represent? The 5-point star represents man. The upright man, right? Allah, leg, head, right? Allah, 5-point star. As it also represents the 5 points, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? On the Temple of Solomon. Like the fire, the air, the water, doorway into earth, right? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like how most of you are always saying, like, there's fire, air, water, spirit, and earth, right? Now, next you have air. The wings of a bird take to the skies, right? And the sky god was Uranus. The sky is air, to which Uranus is who? Sagittarius, the spirit. Right? Then water, here on the belly, there are scales, right? Scales of a fish. That's actually water. And who governs water within the zodiac? Scorpio. Then you see the phallus over here, right? And upon it are the twin serpents rising up the phallus, right? Now the phallus, I'm going to put it right here. The phallus, right, is the doorway into earth. Same as a vagina, doorway into earth, right? And who rules that? Libra, scales, balance, right? Libra, scales, balance. Then the hooves, right, of any animal that walks on the earth. So the hooves, right, represent the earth. to which the earth is Virgo, right? So you have your 4 elements, right? And there's a union between male phallus and female breasts, right? Now, when you're looking at alchemy, right? In alchemy, you have fire and air, right? This is the paternal side. Fire and air, the sun, paternal side. Pater, they call it pater, right? Pater is actually short for paternal, right? Which means the father's side, right? The XY, right? Hermes, right? The sun. Then you have water. Then you have earth, right? They call this mater, which is short for maternal. And maternal is XX. Chromosomes of a woman are XX. Those of a man are XY. X comes first before Y, therefore woman came first before man. That is why in creation you see that in the beginning God created the heavens, which is the water, and the earth. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. For all the chauvinists out there. Right? In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens, Capricorn, and the earth, Virgo. Right? And the earth was formless and darkness was over the surface of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters, and God said, "Let there be light." Right? So, when you're looking at it in a sense, paternal XX, right? No, paternal XY, sorry. Then maternal XX. Now, the union of these two, right? This is the moon, right? The union between fire and water. When you take fire and you unite it with water, right, it gives you the Jewish Star of David. The fire symbol up, water symbol down. When you unite the two, it gives you the Jewish Star of David. Now, the Star of David, it has a meaning, right? Over here, it has God coming to man, going to God, right? Remember, when you're looking at the wheel, right? God coming to man, God coming to man. When you're looking at the wheel, remember fire, air, water, and earth, because we're talking about how how Virgo, earth, right? Capricorn, fire. So this is fire, air, water, doorway into earth, right? Fire, air, doorway into earth. So we're looking at it in this sense, right? We're looking at it in this sense. In a linear sense. In a linear sense, it is this: fire, air, water, doorway into earth. In a linear sense. But then you curve it on a wheel, right? It's the same thing. It's the same understanding. It's just that you put it on a wheel, and the wheel goes round, right? But then if you were to make it straight, it'll be fire, air, water, doorway into earth, right? Which actually makes up the form of the human being. Fire of the soul, air of the lungs, water of the bowels, doorway, birth into earth, right? It's just on a curved surface instead of it being linear, as in straight. Now, God coming to man, right? So, pay attention to God, Saturn, right? Coming, water, to earth, man, Cancer, right? Then man, Iron Heart, Mars, Iron, going, right? then man going to God. Now, understand one thing. Saturn is the father of Jupiter. Jupiter is the father of who? Mars, right? Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? The Holy Spirit basically is what? Air. Now, air, oxygenated blood, right, is pumped, right? Let me put it this way. You breathe in air into your lungs, right? In between your lungs, in the middle, you have your heart, right? And your heart basically pumps, right, oxygenated blood, right, in your body. And what oxygenates blood? Blood is actually saline solution, which is salt solution, right? That's why whenever you have a shortage of blood, they actually put a drip or an IV with saline solution, which is salt solution, right? Your blood is salt. Your blood is blue before it meets the oxygen, right? When it meets the oxygen, what the oxygen does, it oxidizes the iron within your blood, then turns it red. That is why rust is red. So if you take rust, the red orangish color of rust, right, and you put it in water, it makes the water red, right? Now blue is the color, right? When you're looking at the seven chakras, it's 7 colors of light, right? From which indigo is the highest color and red is the lowest color, right? When you're looking at iron is blue. Your blood is blue before it becomes oxygenated, right? So when you oxygenate your blood, it becomes red. Now, what that is telling you is this, right? In a sense, if your heart, your iron heart, anyone who has an iron heart is brave. Your iron heart is pumping oxygenated blood throughout your body, right? In order for you to ascend into heaven, right? The universe vibrates at 432 hertz. In order for you to ascend into heaven, Mercury is the key, right? Mercury is the key. Because Mercury is where the sun rises, Ra-Isis, in the east, right? This is north, west, east, south. Sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, right? There are 2 doorways. This doorway where the sun enters the earth, right? From the dark waters, the sun enters the earth. And this doorway, right, where the sun leaves the earth, right, and enters the darkness, right? So these 2 symbols, as you can see, they are almost similar. But I guess what I'm trying to say is this, right? The union of those 2 elements, right, will give you the Star of David, right? Which also too is, if I have to look at G is fire, right? C, God coming to G, C, water, earth, right? Then moon, iron, Jupiter, right? So when you're looking at it in a sense, let me put it this way. This time period, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, because remember, you have 12 months, right? Or you have 12 months in a calendar year, as you have 12 hours on a clock. 12 months. So you have how many seasons? You have 4 seasons. Right? There are 4 seasons. And those 4 seasons, you divide 12 by those 4 seasons, you'll have 3 months for each. Right? You'll have 3 months for each season. So December, January, and February, right, are winter, right? And they term this the Versica Pisces, right? This is winter. Winter's cold, right? Then you have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, right? This right here is spring, and they term this Hiram Abiff. High, as in high, ram, the ram's head, as you can see over here, Aries, the ram's head. Ram, is the Aleph is the ox's head, which is Taurus. Hiram, beef. Beef, the meat that you find in an ox is beef. Right? And you see there's two F's instead of an E and F. Two F's. F, that means twins. And who are the twins within the zodiac? Gemini. So you have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Hiram Abiff, right? Hiram Abiff built King Solomon's temple. Solomon's temple is this: Sun, Moon, and Earth, which is Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, which is summer. Summer's heat, right? So here you have Solomon's temple. Right, which is the sun, the moon, on the earth. Right, this is summer. Right, then you have fall. The fall, Saturn fell through air, water, doorway into earth. Right, this is the fall in the northern hemisphere. Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius are fall. They call them the fall. There's a reason why they call it fall. Because when you're looking at Saturn, he's falling from heaven into earth. And the only way that he can fall from heaven into earth is through air, water, doorway into earth. Fall. Right? With that said, if you look at solve, right? Solve means to untie. And that which is untied is unground. It's not on the ground, it's in the air. And fire and air are solve, right? They are untied. The sun, light, and the sky, air, are untied. Then coagula means to join, to bind, right? As you can see, the moon over there is lighter. It's like white, right? Light. Then this is dark, bound, right? It is solidified. Because as you're going down the four elements, fire and air, right, are lighter than water and earth. Water is liquid, earth is solid. So you have light and air on water and earth, right? It's a question of density. So coagula means to bind, to join, and that which binds and joins the fire and air, right, to the water and earth. So that's how you become human, because you have fire, air, water, and earth. The four elements in unity.